Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again and welcome to another video here at Wild Wind Lacquer. In today's video I have another Goodwill bag to open with you guys. I actually found two really big bags of nail polish this time, so I'm going to split it up into two videos. This first one is going to look at this bag, which was $5.99. I see some OPI, some Nicole by OPI, and check this one out. This was one that I was super excited about. It is a Smith & Colt. Wow. So let's go ahead and dig right in. And let's go straight to that Smith & Colt. Wow, this is a heavy bottle. So this is that Smith & Colt and it is called Bite Your Kiss. This is gorgeous. This is a brand that I've actually been wanting to try, but they are a boutique brand and they are a bit more on the pricey side. I want to say they're like $18 to $20. Somewhere in that price range. This is a gorgeous shade of like mulberry purple. Look at that. All right, so it looks like the main cap just comes off. Now the funny thing is I did find, I think it was a Smith & Colt, a different thrift store, except it was not in good shape, so I did not pick it up. Oh yeah, this is gorgeous. Look at that beautiful shade. Hopefully it's not just coming off as a black on camera. This is a beautiful tone, and it of course is not one that I have yet because I don't have any from this brand. This more than covers the price of the bag, so I will be holding on to that one for sure. All right, next up we have an older Wet n Wild, possibly limited edition called Los Feliz Navidad. This one does appear to be quite dried out. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, no, that's just completely gone, which is quite a shame. It's a beautiful color. It has some glitter and some shimmer. Yeah, I could try to put some thinner in there, but I just don't know that it would be worth it. So we're gonna not be keeping that one. Next up, we have one from LA Splash. That's actually a brand I've not heard of before. This one is a crackle called Rocked, and I think this is another dried up polish. We're starting off great, aren't we? Hey, we got a Smith & Colt. So actually this one's not in as bad a shape as I thought. It is a crackle polish, not necessarily one that I think I would reach for, so we will be adding that to the D-stash. We have one from Sally Hansen called Breezy Blue. I want to say I got this one already probably in a mystery box, so we're going to put this in the D-stash, but it is a really beautiful light shade of almost like a minty aqua. Next up, we have another from Sally Hansen. This one is called Time to Shine. This one is a metallic champagne. It's kind of gold, but there's a pinch of champagne quality to this one. There's a whole lot of glass fleck in a silver. This is another color that I just don't see myself reaching for, so we will be destashing that one as well. Next up is a pink from OPI. This one is called If You Moosed, You Moosed. I'm not sure of the reference of that, but this is kind of like a bubblegum Pepto-Bismol shade of pink. Appears to be in a fantastic shape. And oddly enough, I think I want to try this. I've been very picky about my shades of pink. Usually I like them much more saturated than this, and I tend not to like these bubblegum pinks, but something about this I really like. There's almost like maybe a pinch of, I don't know, it's not quite purple, but maybe it's like a cool tone to it that's drawing me in. So I think we're going to hold on to this one. That's OPI's If You Moosed, You Moosed. Next up, we have one from Unforgettable Moments. This one is called Garnet. Unforgettable Moments. I'm not sure if that's a brand I've heard of before, but this is a beautiful garnet shade. There's a lot of gold shimmer in this one. This is a color that I could definitely see myself reaching for. It's a beautiful fall shade. Seems to be in very good condition as well. So we'll be holding on to that one. It's possibly a new to me brand, Unforgettable Moments, Garnet. Next up, ooh, looks like we have two bottles of Pink Heart Glitter. And oddly enough, I'm pretty sure I got this same bottle, yeah, Love Your Life, in another mystery box that I got on Nearly No Rules Nail Polish Group. This is a Nicole by OPI called Love Your Life, and it has some really beautiful iridescent glitter in there, as well as those pink heart shapes. I just don't see myself reaching for heart glitter, so I will be passing this one along and putting that in the D-stash. So the OPI is new though. This one is called Nothing Mousy About It, so maybe this one came out in like a Mickey Mouse collection, possibly. So it does have very similar, if not the same, heart glitters. Yeah, I think they might be the same heart glitters. Although the shimmer component in here is more of like a watermelon shade. There's a slight tint to the base. And then there's a bunch of different colors in that shimmer, almost like a glass flick. That is really making me want to try it, but again, I just don't see myself reaching for the heart glitter, and it's kind of a shame to keep an entire bottle of polish that has heart glitter that someone might enjoy if I'm not going to be wearing the heart glitter at all. So we're going to go ahead and pass that one along. That was OPI's Nothing Mousy About It. All right, next up, ooh, we've got a hard candy. This one is called Sweet Pea. And this one is a beautiful micro glitter in like a peridot green almost. Maybe slightly brighter than a peridot. Now hard candies, one of those brands that takes me way back. I remember them when I was a teenager. And I don't think I have this one. It is not a color that I see myself reaching for all that often. But I want to give it a shot. I think that this is in the tone of green that I could see myself at least trying, maybe as an accent nail. Ooh, swatched over a deep olive could look gorgeous. So that was Hard Candy's Sweet Pea going in the keep pile. Next up we have one by NYC. This one is called Fuchsia Shock Cream. And this one is a little bit on the gloopy side, but probably savable. This tone of pink though isn't as eye-catching to me as the one from OPI. Hopefully you can see the difference. Oddly enough, the NYC is deeper, but I like the one from OPI, so we're gonna destash the one from NYC. Next up we have one by OPI. This one is called Regis Romance. Ooh, so this is a gorgeous shade of orange. There's some gold shimmer to it. This is beautiful. It's another one that I don't have, so we're going to add that to the keep pile. In fact, let's go ahead and see how this one swatches. Appears to be in fabulous shape. This is somewhat of a sheer formula. Look at how glistening that is. That is beautiful. Very pretty. Let's try a second coat to see if that builds up the color. Yeah, I think that's going to add a bit of depth to it. This is lovely. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Can't quite decide what term to call this, like that shade of orange. There's some pink to it as well. So it's kind of like a very deep cantaloupe with a pink shimmer. Very pretty color. Going in the keep pile. That was OPI's Regis Romance. Next up we have one from Wet n Wild in the Fergie collection. This one is called Blue Eyed Soul. This one's interesting. I don't think I have any from this line from Wet n Wild. And this is an interesting metallic blue. I wonder how this would compare to the one from Sally Hansen. I think the one from Sally Hansen, which was Bedazzled Blue in their Insta-Dry Crayola line, is a bit of an inkier shade, whereas the one from Wet n Wild is almost more like a sapphire blue. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this will look. And I like the concept. We'll have to see how it ends up looking on the swatch, but look at that beautiful shimmer. So yeah, we're going to add that to the keep pile, at least swatch it and see. That was Wet n Wild's Blue Eyed Soul. Next up, we've got an Orly. This one is called Velvet Rope. Ooh, so this is a beautiful purple. There is some shimmer and like micro glitters in that little silver color. This is lovely. I don't know if I have this one or not, so we're going to add it to the keep pile. That was Velvet Rope by Orly. Next up, we have a little mini from Sally Girl. This one is called XOXO. This is actually right up there in a shade of pink that I would have worn this past summer. This is beautiful. Sort of got that deep almost like purple lean to a pink, maybe like a deep fuchsia. This is really, really beautiful. I think I'm going to hold on to this and see how it compares to some of the other colors. I don't think Sally Girl makes polish anymore. I think the last time I tried to look up a mini bottle to see if I could get a full-sized, I didn't find anything. So if you've managed to find full-size bottles, definitely let me know. There's at least a couple that I've gotten in minis that I would love a full-size bottle of. So that was Sally Girl's XOXO, or Hugs and Kisses. Next up, we have one from Sinful Colors. This one is called Kissy, and this is a gorgeous mermaidy shade. This actually reminds me of Zoya's, what is that, like Carissa or something along those lines. Beautiful glass fleck in a beautiful deep blue to teal. Go into the keep pile. I will have to double check if I own this one or not, but it is really, really pretty. So that was Sinful Colors Kissy. Next up, we have a glitter polish from Sally Hansen. This one is called Confetti Cake. And this has some silver, blue, and purple glitters. Maybe, oh, even black hex glitters. I'm trying to think if I would wear this. I don't think so. I think we will go ahead and pass this one along. It does have a beautiful mix of glitter. I just don't know that I would see myself wearing it that often. So we'll add it to the D-stash. That is Sally Hansen's Confetti Cake. Next up, we have another one from Unforgettable Moments. This one is called Gold, and well, it's a gold. There's some shimmer to it. Golds just aren't my favorite though, so we will be destashing this one. Let's just make sure it's in good shape like Garnet was. Yeah, actually very good shape. That is gold. It's going in the D-stash. Golds just aren't my favorite. All right, next up we have one by Hot Ticket Nail Polish. That's a new to me brand. I'm not sure if that's an indie brand or a mainstream. The name of this one is called Counterfeit, and it's a beautiful shade of green, like a blue leaning green. So if you're familiar with this brand, let me know down below. Yeah, this is a gorgeous shade. I really like this one. So we will be adding this to the keep pile to at least swatch and see how I like it. But that was Hot Ticket Nail Polish, Counterfeit. Next up, we have another glitter polish from Sally Hansen. This one is called Strobe Light, and I do already have this one. I've actually had it for quite a while. This one looks like it might be in need of some help. Yeah, it's about half full and a bit gloopy, so we'll see about fixing that, but we'll be putting that in the less than perfect D-stash. Next up, we have one from Wet n Wild called Echo Dark. The lid has seen some better days. But let's take a look at this color. Ooh. This is a beautiful dark navy. That's lovely. Let's go ahead and swatch this. We're just going to swatch it right over another color because I don't see it making a difference. Yeah. So that is a really pretty dark shade of blue. Maybe not quite a navy. Trying to decide if I have something close enough in my collection. I might have something at least close. Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'll go ahead and pass this one along. That was Wet n Wild's Echo Dark. All right, next up we have one from Nicole by OPI. This one is My Lifesaver. Ooh, now this kind of color is right up my alley. It's sort of a mint shade. And look at that color. That's beautiful. We'll have to do some comparisons eventually to other colors in this color family because this is a shade that I really like. So I have quite a few bottles in this color family. But for the time being, this is one that I definitely don't have. So we're going to add that to the swatch and see pile. That was Nicole by OPI's My Lifesaver. And then lastly, in this bag, we have one by Pure Ice called I'll Never Tell. And look at this. Wow. So Pure Ice is a brand that isn't made anymore. And I definitely don't have this one yet. This is beautiful. I'm not even sure how to describe this. All right, we're going to go with brown. In fact, we're going to swatch this one to see what is going on. I see flakes and possibly shimmer. It's a very interesting color. So it's kind of like a yellow leaning brown ever so slightly. And then you have the flecks in there. I'm actually not too sure if I'm going to like this on my skin tone, but we'll give it a shot with a second coat. Here's that second coat. Definitely deepens it up. I don't know if you can see what I mean about sort of a yellow hue to it, a yellow pinch. It could just be that gold shimmer to it. that's playing with my eyes, but there's also like a larger silver metallic fleck in there. It is really interesting. This is definitely a beautiful fall shade. I just don't see myself reaching for it, so we will be adding this one to the D-stash. Surprisingly, I've been keeping most of the pure ice polishes that I come across. All right, so there we have it. These are the ones that I am keeping. I think the absolute score of the day was definitely the Smith & Colt, but we did find a Hard Candies and a few OPIs, and an Orly, and even possibly another indie in Hot Ticket. So overall for the price, I think I did all right. Very excited to try the Smith & Colt. Definitely that wins hands down for the one that I'm most excited about. So there we have it. That's going to wrap up part 1 for the first big bag of the Goodwill haul. Let me know down below if you found any polishes at your local thrift stores. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you are new here, make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and I will see you in that next one.